The entrance fee at Ratuboko is 275,000 rupiah. Expensive. Okay, this place sits on a limestone plateau 196 meters above sea level. And after a long drive here, it's a long walk up. Alright, we are ascending this flight of steps to get to Kraton Ratuboko proper. And right at the beginning, we have what is called the threefold gateway, or the Gapura. You can see that it's surrounded by a wall. So this wall comes in 3 layers. The bottommost layer is a very hard volcanic rock. Then the middle layer is limestone. And the top layer is another layer of volcanic rock. Interesting design. Let's make our grand entrance through the middle gateway. Probably reserved for royalty during ancient times. And right in front of us is the five-fold gateway. On either side we can see 2 courtyards. And over here the inner wall is sloping. Alright, let's go through the second gateway. Looking back, this is the view of one of the courtyards, and this is the view of the other courtyard. So the second gateway is equally well decorated. Let's enter. Wow. I can see that they are still excavating something over there. They put up a tent. A big open area. Okay, I'm going to bring you to that structure over there. Okay, they've got a nice flight of steps going up. Let's check it out. Okay, they managed to piece together this adornment, but not the one on this side. Lost. Somebody could have brought it home and used it for building. Okay, let's go up. And what we have here, it's a pit. Now initially they suspected that this was some crematorium, but no human remains were found inside, so they figured that this probably was some pit to burn sacrifices, incense, stuff like that, paper. Oh no, they didn't have paper back then. I don't know, some offerings. And this is the view from the top of that burning pit. You can see the threefold gateway and the fivefold gateway, and the fields. Over there they've got some pieces, bits and pieces, which they are yet to put together, figure out. And you can notice that there's also some rebuilding. They decided that since they can't find some of the missing stones, they would use their imagination to piece together some of the missing parts. And over here you can see a pool, probably a bathing pool. A good thing about a very steep entrance fee is you cut down on the crowding here. So this place is quite peaceful even on a Sunday afternoon. Okay, let's check out that area. Okay, I wonder where this leads to. Let's check it out. Okay, probably about 4 or 5 stories up is a pavilion, and we can see the statue of some Hindu god. And over here you can see some offerings that were placed for this god. Creation and destruction. Should be Lord Shiva, I think. There were probably about 5 chambers here. These were the bases, the stone bases for wooden pillars, I think. Alright, this is the Pendopo, the actual fortress. Let's enter and see what's inside. Same thing, the lower layer is volcanic rock, middle layer limestone, and the top layer also volcanic rock. We don't know what was here, but it's all gone. And some Hindu has been here recently. Alright, this is believed to be the remnants of some Buddhist shrine or temple. You can see two women meditating there. Interesting miniature temples. Let's see if there's anything inside this one. It's empty. Nothing inside. Could have been stolen. And this was probably a well, water storage. And this is another temple. Okay, these are the meditation caves going up from here. Okay, so that's where they meditated 1,200 years ago. Ratuboko actually overlooks the Prambanan plain. You can see the temple of Shiva sticking out over there, about 3 kilometers away. As you know, I'm a big fan of Javanese antiquities, of this mysterious site which dates back to the 8th century, some 1,200 years ago, was tentatively given the name of Ratuboko by scholars. Nobody knows its original name, unlike Majapahit, where detailed historical records have been recorded in books. There are only a few inscriptions about the lost kingdom that built this estate. Ratuboko is sometimes called Kraton Ratuboko, sitting on a plateau 196 meters above sea level. And it's more like a palace than a temple, so it probably shouldn't be called a candi. But suffice to say that it was a Buddhist structure comprising bathing pools, pavilions, and meditation caves. It was originally built by a king of the Salyanda dynasty and later conquered by a Hindu king of the Sanjaya dynasty. From then on, it became a piece of Hindu real estate. Many of the original temples of the Prambanan plain, some 3 kilometers north of this plateau, also seem to be originally Buddhist monuments that had been converted to Hindu monuments. Interestingly, there is a fortress-like structure we saw just now, sitting on this compound. According to inscriptions, about this place being a last refuge. It might have been a last desperate attempt by Buddhist leaders to defend their faith. Apart from Borobudur, this plateau could be one of the few places where there are vestiges of former Buddhist glory. Alright, it's quite a long ride from Ratuboko just now, and this place is even higher up, and let's check it out. Wow, pretty nice. Much smaller place than Ratuboko, and the cheaper entrance fee also means more people. Candi Ijo, or Green Temple, is not called Green Temple because it's green, but because it sits on a hilltop called Gumuk Ijo. Now, this place lies about 410 meters above sea level, so it's cool and breezy up here. It's only 4 kilometers from Ratuboko, but it took us quite a while to get up here. So it's on a much smaller scale compared to Ratuboko. It's not a palace, it's actually a temple. So the cheaper entrance fee, 20,000 only, also attracts a bigger weekend crowd. So it's a long drive up here. My ears pop a couple of times while getting up. So this place could be at least another 100 to 200 meters above Ratuboko, which is already at 196 meters above sea level. Probably because of its remote location, it's relatively undamaged. Relatively undamaged, but as you can see, the niches are all empty. Whatever was in there could have been moved to a museum or added to somebody's private collection. Alright, let's see what's inside this temple. Wow, a huge lingam. Unfortunately, I arrived at Candi Barong after closing time and I wasn't able to get in. Like Candi Ijo, this Candi is quite well restored. There are 2 shrines rising from a platform, one facing south and the other facing north. There could be more of these shrines still buried underneath. The strange thing or unique feature of Candi Barong is that the shrines are solid. There are no chambers within. Researchers have also found Chinese pottery and other artifacts dating from the Tang dynasty. The temple was constructed around the reign of Emperor Wu Zetian. Candi Dawangsari is actually a stupa, obviously a Buddhist structure, still under reconstruction. Okay, let's hope they'll get the thing done, reconstructed as soon as possible. Finally, Candi Banyunibo, which was also closed when I arrived. Fortunately, the structure is quite visible from the outside. Externally, it is probably the most Buddhist Candi in the area, and it looks remarkably complete. However, most of the stones here are not original, and the temple was reconstructed rather than restored. So it may not be a completely accurate representation of the original. I wasn't able to get in, but the chamber inside, unlike the other candis, are not smooth walls but covered with elaborate reliefs, most of which are not replicated in the new stones or are no longer recognizable. In spite of extensive reconstruction work, there are still many broken pieces which are almost impossible to piece together. With a bit of guesswork, Indonesian archaeologists may be able to come up with something.